Crazy here, and today we're continuing on with our Marines hero reviews, and for today we have someone from the past. We have... is that him? No way, we have Shatter in this game. This should be awesome. Shatter, if you don't remember, he was in Kingdom Rush Frontiers and he shredded everything in there. Here, however, he's not the same. He's definitely a lot weaker. Yeah, surprisingly. His stats are pretty bad. So, what now? Well, let's check out his abilities and see how good they are. Well, let's start off with the first ability, as usual. Starting off with the first ability, which is Abduction. Alright then, well, the first ability is pretty interesting to say the least. It's an insta-kill. I mean, sure, it may sound boring at first, but it's pretty decent. And you can actually abduct up to 3 enemies if I'm not mistaken, which is always a plus. And it also has a couple of unique quirks to it, on top of the insta-kill. As I said, the first one is that it has the ability to insta-kill multiple people. Sure, you have to group them up really well, you know, they have to be really close together in order for this to happen, but imagine abducting 2 of those, what are they called, surge protectors. That's gonna be really awesome. Or 2 of those gigantic guys that, when they're on low health, they transform into these tanky monstrosities. That's gonna be pretty nice. As far as the other ability is considered, the other thing about the ability is if you press the button and you don't abduct anything, it comes back almost instantaneously. It's like 5 seconds cooldown, which is really nice. However, the cooldown, even though it says very slow, it's not all that slow. It's only 45 seconds. Sure, it's kind of slow, but it's not like super duper slow or anything. You know, it's not like an entire minute, but it's close to. It's like, I think Ajax has 45 seconds cooldown ability, and he only said, and there it says slow cooldown, while here it says very slow. I don't know why, but whatever. I guess some mistakes happen. As far as the ranks are considered though, they're not all that great. The first one gives Shatter double damage, and sure, he's doing a pretty decent job with double damage, but at the end of the day he is still not all that tanky, so how much damage are you actually gonna get? Probably not all that much. And the golden rank basically gives him the ability to get few credits per abduction. Basically, that's the value in the game. It's similar to gems in Kingdom Rush. But honestly, to me it's kinda useless. I mean, look at that. The fact that I have already over 100,000 credits and a crap ton of powers, like, to me this rank is pretty useless. But hey, for you it could be pretty nice, but for me, it just isn't. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this ability. Then we have the second ability, which is Purification Protocol.
Shot happens. It happens. Oh, it's done. Shot happens.
Alright then, now this one is actually really neat. I mean, look at these drones. They look pretty cool though. Not gonna lie, I love the look of the drones. And the thing is that they come back really quickly. They come back every 25 seconds, which is not that long of a cooldown. However, they are not good against everything. Sure, against low and mid-tier enemies they can annihilate them with relative ease. And as far as small buildings like sentries and spawners, they're gonna get deleted. However, when it comes down to really tanky enemies or some really big buildings like bases, they don't do all that much. Sure, they do some damage, but it's not like insane amount of damage or anything. But they're still really good, especially if you have a small crowd of enemies, you can just clean it right off, which is amazing. I love this one. And the ranks are really good, like, that's the definition of a good ranks. The silver rank increases the area of effect. By the way, this is one of the highest AoEs in the game as far as I'm concerned. And the gold rank basically increases the damage. Yeah, it's awesome. Like, what's there to say about this ability, man? It's really good. I love the Purification Protocol. One of my favorite abilities in the game overall. And last but not least, we also have the passive ability, which is the nearest gem. Interesting. Interesting. So, he has the nearest gem. Interesting lore connection there. But, you know, lore connections aside, the boost from the health boost, to be honest, to me it doesn't even exist. Like, Shatter is so untanky, I don't even think this is supposed to give him health. Like, I don't know, I just don't notice it all that much. And as far as the Death Explosion is concerned, well, you can see it right now. Yeah, it's not that great. It's pretty bad, so don't think about killing him just to get this explosion because you're gonna be very disappointed. Speaking of disappointment, the silver rank is pretty bad. It basically gives him a certain amount of chance to come back twice as fast, or reduce. Basically, he has a chance to reduce his cooldown by a half, which is nice, but it's a chance-based thing. I mean, sure, if your micro is not good, he's gonna die quite a lot, but I would prefer overall cooldown reduction over having a chance. Speaking of chance, the gold rank is also RNG. Basically, his second attack, which is the little boomerang that he throws, what portion of the damage goes to his health. Basically, he regenerates from it, similar to a vampirism ability, I suppose. But the thing is that there's not limit as to how many enemies it can bounce to. It's kind of a chance-based ability, again. So, you can get a lot of health back, or you can get a very little health back. So, it's not really a reliable way to, you know, regenerate your health. I don't like it all that much. So yeah, Shatterer, I love him. I feel really nostalgic for him, but unfortunately, I'll have to give him a low rating. He deserves a 5 out of 10. And yeah, 5 out of 10 is not that great. But you have to see his good sides. The abilities are quite ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. I love his abilities, they're cool, but he's really different from the most heroes. He's kind of like a hit and run type of hero, where you just send him in the middle of everything, use Purification Protocol to clean up enemies, and run away. Or if you have some really tanky guy, just abduct him, do some double damage for a few seconds, and when he's close to that, which is gonna be pretty soon, just run away. Like, that's what you do with him. You can't really leave him alone. You always need a squad to tank the damage while he just, you know, while you're waiting for the abilities to charge. And once they're charged, just send him in and immediately send him back afterwards. Yeah, he's not all that great. Sure, if you're good with micro, you may get a pretty good usage out of this guy, but to be honest, besides his awesome abilities and nostalgia that I'm feeling, I don't really like him. I'm gonna be honest, he is kinda spectacular. Especially on this mission. I mean, sure, he hasn't died yet and we're playing on veteran. But, I don't know. And let me just, before we end this video, to confirm one thing. I think the maximum amount of enemies that he can abduct is 3. Let's check it out. Yeah, it is 3. So the maximum amount of enemies that you can insta-kill at once is 3, which is very nice. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future. And while you're at it, drop a like on the video, it means a lot to me. And I'll see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.